Justice Watchers, before we begin, I want to make this absolutely clear. The following broadcast contains public domain courtroom footage, commentary, and legal analysis. This content is presented under the fair use doctrine as defined by 17 USC 107 and is protected by multiple Supreme Court rulings, which you see below. This stream is transformative, educational, and journalistic in nature. It includes original commentary, trial breakdowns, legal interpretation, and critical analysis, not raw redistribution. We do not claim ownership over any public domain footage, and all use is strictly within legal bounds. If you're watching this content, you're engaging in a protected, transformative experience, grounded in law, never in speculation. And if anyone has a problem with that, take it up with Campbell, Brady, Miranda, and Irvin. Remember, guys, justice always works better when we watch. So keep watching. See you in the courtroom.
All right, super. Thanks. And then anything else, Mr. Moore? I appreciate your patience with the court.
Nothing with the people, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Thanks. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, folks, we'll see you in a few minutes. Off the record.
Thank you.
Okay, Deputy, when we get, the alternates are ordered to be here, so when we get. And we have 12 members of our jury present who have been working hard and deliberating, and we have our alternates with us again, 4 of you. And good morning to everyone, and thank you, of course, for your service, and it's great to have you here today. So I called everyone in because I received a jury note, and the jury note reads, we have reached a unanimous verdict on first-degree murder, and we cannot agree on the other counts. And so I want to check in with juror number 6, 4-person, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, great. And do you have the verdict forms?
I do.
Okay, can I take a look at the verdict forms? Okay, and then with respect to the other verdict forms that are unsigned, do you have those?
They're in the jury room.
Okay, all right, I'm going to make a note of that. Okay, all right, so the verdict forms, counsel, are consistent with the jury note. And so I want to probe a little bit on where we're at this time. And so let me direct the 4-person and just summarize where we're at. I may have lost count of the exact number of days, but I think approximately 9 days of jury deliberation, parts of 9 days, across a period of 3 weeks, I believe it was. I believe that you had readback from all 3 doctors. You had readback from the defendant's testimony, if I remember right, and at least 1 or maybe other percipient witnesses. So you had the court report readback that I would consider fairly extensive. Okay. I know that you also had a few notes that came to the court, and they were responded to. And if I was told that Judge Dyer met with you yesterday and gave additional instructions, I think he reread Crim 640, 220, and he offered a special instruction in addition to other comments that he made. So I know that we've gone through that extensive process. I mean, that is, extensive is the right word. It's a very diligent, hard work that this jury has done. So I'm mindful of that. The issue before the court is whether whether you are actually deadlocked or not. Okay, so I want to probe that. And let me check in with the 4-person then. So on the question of second-degree murder, okay, you were unable to reach a verdict. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I don't want to know what side, whether guilty or not guilty, but I do want to know the numerical split of the last vote, of how you left it. So there are 12 of you. For example, was it 6-6, 7-5, 11-1? What was your last vote on second-degree murder?
It was 10-2.
It was 10-2. Okay. And so let me ask you then, Madam 4-person, whether you believe any effort at further deliberation could dislodge the disagreement and merit a unanimous verdict. Is there any additional deliberation that should be done here?
No.
Okay. And how long have you been at roughly a 10-2 split?
About a week.
About a week, right. Good. So that was a good question, and that gives us some context. Okay, great. All right, and I take it, and it's really important, I'm not probing the substance of your discussion, just more procedure. I take it then that you've spent the last week trying to figure out how the law and the facts apply and whether that disagreement can be overcome. Okay, all right. And it's, again, I want to ask one more time that it's your belief, Madam Foreperson, that no additional deliberations is warranted.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So I want to check in. I'm going to ask each of the 12 of you that simple question. And I'll start over with juror number 1. I'll use numbers as we go through it. And the simple question is, do you need more time? Would it be helpful? Do you think you can overcome the differences? So Madam Foreperson's spoken for the 12 people, and now I'm going to poll you individually on whether you think that deadlock can be overcome. And so, juror number 1, what do you think?
We're deadlocked.
Okay, juror number 2?
Yeah, we're deadlocked.
Thank you. Juror number 3?
Yeah, no.
Thank you. Juror number 4 says no. 5 is definitive. 6 I heard from. 7? Okay. 8?
No.
Okay. 9? 10? 11? 12? Okay, that was definitive from each of you, and I really appreciate that that clarity in your answer. And when you're answering no, that means no additional time. Okay. All right, I think that's what I wanted to accomplish at this time. So, counsel, I'm prepared to take the verdict then, and I would then, I'm also willing to poll on the first degree count to ensure that that's their verdict, and I'm prepared to take that this time. Do you need to conference at all?
No.
Okay, all right. So I am going to announce the verdict then that I have. We, the jury, sworn to try the above entitled case, find the defendant, Carlos Reales Dominguez, charged with violation of Section 187, Subdivision A of the California Penal Code, to wit, first-degree murder, David Breaux, and count 1 of the information, not guilty. I'll direct the clerk to record that verdict. Second verdict form I received. We, the jury, sworn to try the above entitled case, find the defendant, Carlos Reales Dominguez, charged with violation of Section 187, Subdivision A of the California Penal Code, to wit, first-degree murder, Karim Abou Najm, in count 2 of the information, not guilty. Okay. And then I indicated a second ago, I do want to poll you just as I did. I want to make sure that's your verdict. Did I read it accurately, Madam Foreperson?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 1, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm as to both counts. Thank you. Juror number 2?
Yes.
Juror number 3?
Yes.
Juror number 4?
Yes.
Juror number 5?
Yes.
Juror number 6?
Yes.
Juror number 7?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 8? Juror number 9?
Yes.
Juror number 10?
Yes.
Juror number 11 says yes. Juror number 12?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Then as to the remaining counts, at this time, the court declares a mistrial. And as I indicated to counsel, then we will set a return on July 24th, 2025 at 1:30 in Department 14 for trial setting. Defendant will remain, no bail, time is waived. So now, Madam Foreperson, I want to return to ask a question. Now that a mistrial has been declared on second-degree murder, you indicated your split was 10-2. Which way was the 10? Which way was the 2?
Not guilty was the 10.
10, not guilty. 2, guilty on second-degree murder. And therefore, you didn't get to involuntary manslaughter because you didn't answer that question.
We did discuss involuntary manslaughter.
Right, I understand. Okay, so perfect. Thank you for that information. Now, listen, Madam Clerk, we have a simple handout, right? Yeah. It might seem like a piece of paper to you, but the Judicial Council prepared this given the hard work that everyone did. I want to hand out the brochure if we could. Okay. And I want to talk to you just briefly about the jury service, and I appreciate your patience while I do that. You don't have to open the flyer. It's for your benefit later as you reflect at home. Okay, but I do appreciate you taking it. The Judicial Council prepared this for you, and it might be helpful. I'll wait a second while we just pass those out. Thanks. So now we're going to talk about the logistics of completing your jury service today. So in the brochure, it talks about coping techniques after serving on a jury. And I've just looked at this recently. I thought these were pretty good. So to any of you, some of you may not find this a stressful experience, and others of you may have found this hugely stressful and understandable. We all react differently. I know one thing for certain. I can tell how hard and diligent everyone was, and I can see the good faith that was there. But here's some ideas to deal with stress. And they go through these here. Talk to family and friends. Walk through this. Remember, you were on an admonition, couldn't talk to anybody, and now you can talk to anybody you want, and you can really go through that and seek some support on that. It goes on to talk about get back and make sure you stay in your normal routine. Get the names of your fellow jurors if you haven't already done that. I'm sure most of you have already done that, to stay connected or to reach out and to be able to talk through things later. That's really helpful. Be under the understanding that you don't have to talk to anybody about this case, okay? But let me reflect on that right now. You are relieved of that admonition, right? So now you can talk to anybody you want. And I'm actually going to encourage you to talk to the lawyers in this case. And I met with the lawyers, and I asked the bailiff to keep the jury deliberation room available for any private conversations. But it may be that you don't have time today to talk either, and you may be kind enough and willing enough to give your phone number to the lawyer for a conversation later. Your ability to share your deliberations with the lawyers would be immensely helpful to them, okay? There may also be media people that want to talk to you. Your decision, it is your decision only whether you want to talk to somebody. So if you don't want to talk to anybody, you can just kindly say, no thanks, I'm going to take off, and that's it. If you do want to talk to somebody, if you are willing to do that, then it's at a time and a place and a circumstance that you agree to, okay? And if anyone pressures you or threatens you or anything like that, just contact the bailiff, contact jury services, and let them know, all right? It would be a violation of a court order for anyone to harass a juror or to force conversation with a juror that does not want to talk about this case, okay? So I want to reiterate that rule so you know. You can talk to anybody you want. You don't have to talk to anybody. I'm encouraging you to talk to lawyers, but it's up to you, and you pick the time, place, and manner, okay? That's the key, all right? And there are other coping techniques in here that will help you deal with this. I find that the brochure is made in good faith, and I think it's really helpful. So I think that's important. All right, so I do want to say one other rule before I extend my appreciation, and that is that I'm ordering that the court record of personal juror identifying information, including the names, addresses, and telephone numbers, are sealed until further order of this court. If in the future the court is asked to decide whether this information will be released, notice will be sent to any juror whose information is involved. You may oppose the release of this information and ask that any hearing on the release be closed to the public. The court will decide whether and under what conditions any information may be disclosed. Okay, so that's it. So the last thing I just want to say is it has been a great honor to work with all 16 of you. And you're going to take your badges off. Believe it or not, I'm going to use those in a future trial. You're going to leave your notes. You're not allowed to take your notes with you. The notes will be collected and destroyed. So obviously gather your personal belongings, of course, but we are going to keep all the notes, including the alternates and all that you did in the jury deliberation room. And so it's really important that a judge not comment on the substance of a jury verdict, neutral at all times. And so I'm not going to comment on the merits of a verdict or not, but what I will comment on is your commitment to justice. What a pleasure it's been to be with you over a long trial. This jury was focused the whole time. There were rampant note takers amongst you. There was a laser focus with your eyes and ears. I'm watching you at all times, and I was just absolutely amazed. The notes and questions that we got during deliberations were all smart, very clear, and we hope we helped you in our responses. Okay, and remember that schedule and the timing and everyone being here focused and clear-minded. It was really remarkable, and you should all be very proud of your service. I'm proud of you. So with that, I want to say goodbye and thank you, and I hope you'll stick around and talk to lawyers in the hallway, and we can give you some privacy as well. So enjoy your goodbyes to each other, and I'll see you next year for jury service. Thank you. Have a great day, folks. Counsel, thank you. We're off the record.
We're glad you're back. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.